Okay, guys, we've got a new UFO whistleblower to talk about, Jason Sands. That's right. He's the subject of James Fox's new documentary. He's an Air Force guy. Here he is in his fatigues back when he was in the service. He's testified to Arrow. He's testified to Congress. He seems like a legit guy, and he's got some gangbusters information to share. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, apparently he was on Voices right here, and there's a full audio transcript right there. You can watch it or listen to it rather. And yeah, he was saying some really interesting stuff. He claims he encountered non-human intelligence in the desert, describing an albino figure with large bluish eyes. He is going to be featured in James Fox's new documentary. Here is one audio quote from him I thought was intriguing.
So, as for the person I met in the desert that was 3 feet away from me, he to me, his skin looked the same as what an albino would have, very, very pale white. He was a little bit shorter than me. I stand about 6 foot. He was a few inches shorter, maybe 5'6", 5'7". So I had a very good look at him. I think people have asked me about it before, and I would say he probably looks more like a tall white than he does anybody else, but the ears are something that really threw me off. But you'll hear more about that when James Fox's film comes out later this year.
Okay, so teaser for James Fox's new film, I guess. And here is the wand put in a description of the being that Jason Sands encountered in the Midjourney and came up with that guy. So that's interesting. But okay, there's a lot more to talk about. Joe Mergia says this story has been swirling around the community behind the scenes the past few months, so it's nice to actually hear from him in a public space. I missed the beginning, because he was on Spaces, and apparently it was a pretty epic episode, or a pretty epic session on Spaces. James Fox reads a letter from him. And you can listen to that at your leisure. Here is a synopsis of everything. The Twitter Spaces conversation with Jason Sands offers a fascinating glimpse into the complex world of UFOs, government programs, and alleged non-human intelligence. This recap delves deeper into the key themes and details discussed. Jason Sands and his journey. Military and intelligence background. Sands claims a long career in the Air Force, retiring in 2007 and subsequently working as a DoD contractor involved in software testing, intelligence analysis, and instruction for joint cyberspace planners. UAP task force involvement. In 2021, while working as an instructor, Sands joined the UAP Task Force Forum, contributing his knowledge of black projects to avoid wasting resources on misidentified phenomena. Encounter with NHI. Sands recounts a profound experience on the Tonopah test range in the 1990s, where he encountered a non-human entity with pale skin, large dark eyes, and earlobes conforming to its skull. He describes telepathic communication and receiving a star map not belonging to our known constellations. This encounter, coupled with his program experience, forms the basis of his conviction about NHI reality. Yeah, well, I guess if you met an alien, that would be pretty conclusive proof, right? The program in NHI. Program origin and retrievals. Sands believes the program officially started around 1954, sparked by early crash retrievals like the Roswell incident. He claims the program retrieves approximately 1 to 2 crafts every 3 to 5 years, with locations spanning across continents, including Texas, Central South America, and Vietnam. I like that. Texas is a continent. It should be. NHI involvement and agreements. Sands suggests NHIs participate in the program under specific controlled conditions. He hints at the existence of agreements between the government and NHIs, citing the alleged meeting between President Eisenhower and NHIs at Holloman Air Force Base. Cooperation between the beings in the control group, something I talk a lot about, and Jason Sands is corroborating those various stories that are out there about that. Very interesting, and the timeline works out pretty well too. Technology and reverse engineering. He describes the retrieved crafts as diverse in propulsion methods, often electromagnetic or anti-gravitational in nature. He mentions the program's challenges with reverse engineering the technology due to compartmentalization and the exotic nature of the materials. And that's something that Bob Lazar and many others, well, several others have talked about. Whistleblowers that have been part of the program, they describe how compartmentalization and secrecy are actually more important than getting anything done. It's frustrating. Technology and reverse engineering. Yeah, we did that one. Motivations and concerns. Sands speculates that NHIs may be cautious about sharing technology due to humanity's potential for weaponization. He also expresses concern about potential hostile intentions from certain NHI groups. And I've heard him speculate about the reptilians, but he doesn't have any personal involvement with that. Concerns and criticisms, AARO report and whistleblower treatment. Sands criticizes AARO's recent report for dismissing whistleblower testimonies and focusing on a limited scope, primarily driven by Sean Kirkpatrick's scientific approach rather than a comprehensive investigation. He believes AARO failed to utilize whistleblowers effectively and potentially did a disservice to their efforts. And you can go listen to the full thing right there. And here's Michelangelo gives us a bigger breakdown of it. Note, some months ago, James Fox posted a teaser tweet showing a clapperboard with the name Jason Sands on it, then deleted it. So his name was floating around since then as a potential whistleblower. This is his first time going public. Kinda odd it's on Twitter Space, but let's hope he will follow with documentation and confirmation. Says he is a first-hand whistleblower and is whistleblowing his first-hand knowledge of this phenomenon. Any connection to classified programs needs to be discussed in a skiff. He is willing to publicly testify in hearings and has made this known to Congress. Says he has given testimony to the Senate and House. Each time he's spoken to them, there has been at least 7 individuals present. He stood 3 feet from a blue-skinned humanoid. Crash retrieval programs are legit. Multiple craft in an NHI. Tangible, physical. Rumor is that the reptiles are the malevolent beings. Some NHI seem benevolent enough. Some NHI tolerate us. NHI seems like a cumbersome word. I don't like NHI. The beings. And what you hear about the reptilians, there are some good ones and some bad ones, just like everybody else. But you do hear more negative stuff in relation to the reptilians. But there are supposedly plenty of good ones as well. Some NHI don't like us, but aren't malicious. Some NHI help us, but only up to a point because we can't handle the power of the tech. He doesn't know much about the biologics. He personally wants people to know we aren't alone, but there is caution in letting people know that they are actively engaging humanity in ongoing contact because they don't know the full extent. Asked, when will you reveal the name of the program? When will this be public? Answer, I would say it would occur when the Fight Club of whistleblowers is finally able to meet and piece this all together amongst ourselves. I only have a piece of the puzzle, and I'm sure others have other pieces. Grush has a better handle on what a lot of the others have to say, as he has spoken to others who have different parts of the puzzle. When in the program, would get called in on Friday evening at X hour, and would have to leave for 2 weeks and couldn't tell anybody. Had a cover with his bosses, higher-ups, who, when asked, "Where's Jason?" would say, "Don't worry about it, he's doing some work for me." So his bosses would cover it for him. Interesting, that's how it works. Ask about NHI agreements / cooperative efforts between human plus NHI / any of these efforts taking place in ocean or underground bases. Answers in the affirmative. Has been in underground facilities himself, but not underwater. Are these underground facilities DUMBs, the deep underground bases, one of which Michael Herrera seems to have gone to? A skeptical question about whether AARO, Congress, ICIG has verified Jason's claims. Sure, they can verify who you are, but how can they have vetted your claims? Skeptical about the method of coming forward through a documentary. Jason's response. Everything that Jason has told them in a classified environment, he feels they've done a disservice with. If they went to the location suggested in his testimony, then even if they took Jason with them, then they would have all the info that they need. There's another part of this besides simply a documentary that is legal in nature, and is currently classified. Jason is asked if NHI was approved by DOPSR, or is Jason going around DOPSR? Answer, no. Jason went through DOPSR. The program name is classified. NHI fact of is not classified. So you can talk about there being beings, but not the names and potentially the locations of these actual programs. Either way, an amazing whistleblower to be coming forward right now. He's testified to AARO, he's testified to Congress. Now he's coming out with his DOPSR-approved information in the James Fox documentary. I wonder how solid all of his information is. Bob Lazar was given a lot of briefing documents to go through, but I suspect, and Bob Lazar seems to suspect as well, that there was some disinformation put into those briefing documents as well. So when Jason Sands is talking about historical instances that he wasn't involved with, like the President Eisenhower meeting potentially, is that true? Is that disinformation? How solid is the evidence that he's seen that stuff like that actually took place? So I would love to know very much about his own personal experiences. He met this being. He knows about he was involved with the program. What exactly did he do? What can he talk about? Is he going to be allowed ever to show any evidence of any of this? That's the frustrating thing with the whistleblowers. They're allowing them to speak in drips and drabs, but so far they're not being allowed to show any evidence. So will that ever happen? Can they come out with pictures and videos and, hard evidence that they can show us? Because that's what it's really going to take to put the skeptics to bed. They're always going to say with people like David Grush or Jason Sands or whoever that, yeah, it's just hearsay. It's just people talking. And, that's so frustrating. It's not hearsay technically. David Grush performed an investigation. When a police officer performs an investigation, interviews witnesses, that testimony is not hearsay. Unless, of course, they're hearing it from somebody that heard it from somebody else. So, but that is what it's going to take. And that, of course, is something that we would all like to see anyway, is the hard evidence. So why allow people to talk about it if they can't show any evidence? Or is that the point? But I guess that's soft disclosure, right? With a capital underscore S, you can capitalize the lowercase s on that. It's such a lowercase s that it deserves accentuation for being so lowercase. Yeah, very, very soft, disclosure there, not actually allowing us to see any evidence, only hearing about it. But whatever, guys, we've got a new whistleblower, and he's got some gangbusters testimony, and there is a snippet of it, and I'm sure we will get a lot more in the days to come. And of course, we've got James Fox's new documentary to look forward to, and I definitely look forward to that now more than ever. So let me know what you think about this new whistleblower in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in an even bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member, because channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.